Hey everybody, welcome back to High Heels to Happy Feels. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie, and I'm going to kick it right off with a question. So, when somebody says everybody get together for a picture, what's the first thing that goes through your mind?
Oh God, that's a dangerous question, seriously.
Right? Because I don't think most people immediately think, "Oh, good, I can't wait to see this." I think you get more of the version of, "Wait, not yet. Can I stand back? Let's organize this. Delete that one." Like it's almost automatic.
And it's funny because we don't even wait to see the picture anymore at all. I mean,
Mm,
it's just like we think and and I don't think we're alone. I mean, I think everybody does this because it's just like it's not just a vanity thing. You're just like, oh, I wasn't standing in the right place, or you didn't have my right side, or it's how we're seen. And I think there's something bigger going on with all of that right now. And it's um I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but really I think the question underneath all of that, why do we hate being photographed? I mean, does everyone hate being photographed? Is it just us? I mean, we're here all the time.
Right? Well, so here's what actually got me thinking about this in the first place is I have a friend, and we all have that friend, where every single family event or picnic outing at their games is holding the camera. So at
Oh my
every
God, I
family,
know. And that used to be me. Yes, keep going. Sorry.
right? No, it's right, but it's every holiday or your kids' birthday parties or their events or whatever. But she's never in a single photo, like maybe one a year, if someone physically takes, her phone out of her hand. And for years, I've just talked it up to her personality. Like you were the person that was always behind the photo. And some people just don't love pictures, or some people just love taking the pictures. And I really just thought it was her thing. But I was talking to her a few weeks ago as we're preparing for our kids' upcoming senior year. So you have to go through the photos and,
Hmm.
get things. They want so much, history of your kid for the fun and things that they're going to do. And she said something that really kind of stopped me cold. And it was that she had realized that she'd been editing herself out of her own life, kind of one photo at a time.
Oh wow.
I thought, and when
That's
she said it, she wasn't like performing that statement to me. It was just a really matter of fact, like she just now noticed her own pattern. And it happened while we were reviewing 12 years of our boys together. And what struck me is it really wasn't about not liking the pictures at all. Like if you're the one behind the camera, you never have to see yourself in the way that other people see you. You get to become that narrator instead of the subject of the topic. And it's really, to me, like more about protection of yourself than really it was a personality trait, which is what I had kind of written it off to.
and that really reframes this. I mean, in a couple of ways, right? Because I think I don't know if people would think at that it's like a strategy point of it, right? I think they just think, oh, I'm not photogenic, I'll take the
Mhm.
pictures, or or they're a great photographer, and so they'll take the pictures or whatever that might be. But um, but I would say from my perspective, I planned it that way so I didn't have to be in pictures, right? So, but
Mhm.
it seems like what you're describing is somebody who built the entire role for herself, really specifically, so she'd never have to look at herself. And
Yep.
you kind of wonder how many of us have that same version. I mean, in a lot of capacities, it's maybe not just the photo, but we don't look at ourselves. And that's not just the photogenic side of us. I mean, that's a deeper question because it's behind the scenes, you're like, I'll get in the next one, but you get in the next one of a lot of things and you don't want to look at it. You don't want to dig into your life.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The
You
way that's
know,
a good angle.
Well, and it's interesting. So thinking about it, because there's a lot of people that I know are just nodding right now. Whether you're agreeing that you're the one behind the camera, you don't like taking pictures, or you're a photographer, right? Or you just haven't even thought about it and you haven't figured it out.
Right.
You haven't named it.
Right.
And that's, I mean, we have such a reflex of, oh, delete that one before we ever even saw the photo, right?
Yeah,
I mean, even
absolutely. I've done that where we're standing in photos like, wait, no,
right.
whatever
I know
happened,
I
I just
blinked or
deleted
I
it.
wasn't ready or I was standing the wrong way. And you didn't even see the photo yet, right? For all we know, that was the perfect snap with the eyes were perfect and it was great. But we just assume. And we
Mhm.
duck out of the group photos at the reunions. You step next to somebody, you stand by somebody who's shorter, fatter. or heavier, or I used to use my nephews, the young ones. I'd put them in front of me in photos, right? Hide that stuff.
Right, the right angle of their little heads.
Right, right, so that you could hide everything. And I caught myself thinking about this the other day too, because I was looking at pictures over the weekend, and I'm actually still in the process because I'm cleaning up because my phone is screaming at me for storage space. So I'm legitimately cleaning up my 17,500 photos from my iCloud.
499 now.
No, there's still 14,000 and something to go. And I've got, yeah,
Oh,
anyway.
I was thinking like 17,499, like you deleted one.
Oh,
But
right. Oh,
anyway,
yeah, yeah,
moving on.
right. Now we're down 499. Yes, 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 exactly.
Right.
Perfect. So I'm looking at all these pictures, and it's from a whitefish event with friends. Tons
Mhm.
of photos, different angles, different this and this. Everybody stand this way and stand over here and in the
The
sun.
natural friend things we all do. Wait,
Right.
over
And
this way.
everybody's taking it from their different phones, from different angles, and we're all doing these different things because it's like you want that good shot. And then I find myself with an old photo album, and that you couldn't, there was no angles. It was a point and shoot, right? And it was generally, it wasn't even a digital camera, really. It was film for that at that point. But we're at a Columbine game, football game, because we went to Columbine. Go Rebels. And
Go Rebels.
yeah, woohoo, Rebel Pride. And that's a Columbine Rebel Pride, just clarifying. So,
Right, right.
hello, hello. So, and there's a couple of different games going on, and they were grainy. Some were out of focus. Nobody gave a shit. We were laughing, having, I mean, it's raining and people, your hair's wet, you look like crap. You can't, there's no one looking for a perfect version. You just look at that memory and go, oh my God, I remember that day. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Right. That's what pictures are supposed to be.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly. Because we're not auditioning, right? So you can't just delete it or edit it. I mean, you can throw those pictures away, but then we weren't just trying to pose and make it perfect and do everything for the perfect photo. We were just friends being real. And
well, and
that
you
was
and
the key, is
you
being real,
you
right?
never really throw them away though because it costs so much money and so much time to get the photograph back. Like even if it was a blank photo and you see somebody across the or a football player that you don't even know and you're like, I'm saving this because I processed it. But
Oh my
that whole
God. And that's okay. So way off tangent here, but yeah, thinking about like, oh, when we were back and forth at Dad's house and looking at all those old photos with Grandma's friends.
right?
None of them were labeled. It was before she was married to Grandpa, so she was a very young lady. And, this was her late teenage years. And nobody wants to throw them away, but we hadn't got a clue who these people are.
Right, unless those little labels where they had like toots and babes, and I was like, those
Right.
names are
We're like,
real,
right. We're like, Grandma went by Toots or Babe. Oh my God, our grandma?
right? Yeah,
No way.
no, not at
But
all.
otherwise, we got nothing. So you can't throw anything away. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. But
Well, no, but this whole shift is real because I don't think it's like the kids these days thing. Because I do the exact same thing myself now. I'll retake a selfie 6 or 7 times before I use it for a profile pic, like at work. And I
yeah,
never used to do that.
no.
I,
No,
yeah,
you got your mugshot done when you got to the office, and that was on your badge, and you're like, whatever. But it wasn't posted 4,000 pages either.
right, right. And I think the honest reason is that we see ourselves constantly
Uh-huh.
now in a way that we never used to. And because we used to get that film developed and it was weeks later and there was no chance to redo anything. There was a natural gap between living in the moment and judging how you looked in it. And now there's no gap at all. There's like the camera roll and video calls. You get the little preview screen. Like Steph and I know what we look like right now because we're watching ourselves on Zoom.
Right. Well, kind of. I've turned yeah, yeah.
Right. But oh, so you're not watching us. Well, I watch
No,
us.
I'm trying not to.
And but you get your face on a loop all day, and every
Uh-huh.
single frame is a chance to find something wrong with yourself. And
Yeah.
then the filter on thing on top of it, which is heavier than it sounds. Like the moment a filter stops being a fun little enhancement and becomes the version of the face that you're allowed, actually willing to let someone else see as if you're filtering yourself. And that's a scary place to be.
Oh my God. And it's valid. I mean, Zoom has a touch-up screen. right?
Yeah,
And it's not that it does anything miraculous. It's not like it's unaging us or de-aging or making us younger. No
well,
Benjamin,
no,
but at the same time, it's not showing every mark in my skin either. So yeah, it's real.
right? It is real. The editing that we can do. And I think like this is really everywhere right now. It's not in our own heads. Like every feed is starting with those back to school photos or preparing for back to school and oh, isn't that kid cute? Or all of the things that happened that fresh-faced first day of school. And then you look back at yourself or you see yourself in those photos and friends are out on Facebook doing their dump and my kids going back to school and they have a picture of them with them and then they're like, "Oh, don't look at the old lady on the picture. Is this postable?" All of that kind of curating that's happening as we're ending the summer. So I think this is really just everywhere right now. And there's also kind of the reverse of that. And I don't know, Steph, if you've seen this too, where people seem to start being posting unfiltered deliberately,
Uh-huh.
like their real version, like we have a small rebellion happening with what we're talking about.
Yes, it's like the anti-AI type thing, right? Where they're like, no, this is real. This is legit. And you think about it, I mean, now with Google, even iPhones, you can crop people out of photos. People can just
Yes.
disappear. So when you're looking at it, you're like, oh, well, yeah,
Divorce
I
is an
mean,
all new meaning now. Picture.
oh my God. Oh God, I didn't think, yeah, right. So I don't think it's a fringe thing. It's it's really, 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 it's not just happening to a handful of people, right? When we've got insecurities, it is
Mhm.
everywhere. It is all the time. I mean, social media made it this way because now we can see ourselves and we can and the better you look, the fresher you look, the neater the background, the more comments and likes and so on you get. And so collectively, it's not just individually, we are all working in this pattern. And I gotta tell you, the astrology this week is headed right toward it, right? Because it's
Oh boy, of course it is.
well,
Yes, of course it is.
so we'll walk through the whole week because it actually tells a story start to finish. So August 10th, we open up. We have Venus directly opposite Neptune. So don't mind, I'm going to look at my notes to make sure I get everything. So, and that's really the practicality, right? That's a fog day around our relationships and our self-image. Venus, Neptune brings the fog. So it it's what you think is true about how someone sees you or how you look at you or versus what's actually true, and they don't line up cleanly is what that can mean for you, right? So it can
That's
create
no
a kind of,
fun.
well, it can create an illusion. So right alongside it, we have the moon squared off with Saturn, which reads as an old restrictive pattern getting reactivated for us, right? So
Mhm.
it's something from a protective area from way back, maybe it's from family. And as we look at that, so making it a little harder to say what you actually need. So now you're in a place where you're like, how do I look? Do I really look like this? Is it foggy? Am I cloudy? Is my judgment cloudy? And then you got the images of the family stuff coming kind of back into it. Then on the 11th, the moon's going to move into Leo, which basically stays wrapped around that Leo energy for a few days. Leo's yummy, right? Sun's in Leo right now. So the heart, almost immediately, though, in where that is on the Leo side, the moon's going to square Chiron, which is a really tender spot for us. Chiron, remember, is our wounded healer. So it reminds us to not only look at our own wounds and take a peek and see what's going on, but to think about the wounds of others and how we can share with them. But in this case, your wound or what you're looking at for other people is most specifically going to be around appearance, your self-worth, their self-worth, how that how that all looks, right? And that's really going to be pressed for us purposely. Hey there. Every week, Natalie and I talk about our soul pillars on our High Heels to Happy Feels episodes. I would highly encourage you head to immersivespirit.com/soul pillars and check out these free tools. There's different things you can download to learn more about interacting with your body, heart, mind, and spirit, and how easy it is to develop your intuition, even at a much higher level with these free tools. We've loved creating them. We really hope you'll take advantage of them. They are free. Immersivespirit.com/soul pillars. And now back to high heels to happy feels.
That's really like that's
Already a lot?
it really, and that's only on, okay, so I'm just thinking like, really?
I know. And then we have Mercury lines up opposite Pluto. So our conversations about identity will start to feel less like being seen and more like being scrutinized, almost
Mm.
interrogated. But it's not all pressure because there's a Uranus contact in there too. So that tends to show up as that unexpected burst of clarity. Uranus, remember, is our rebel. It's like surprise, it's going to do stuff. So out of nowhere, and it's going to usually be mid combo.
So we're, gonna build for a couple days before anything actually comes through. Yeah.
Pretty
Gotcha.
much. Yep. I mean, we could say it now. It's kind of a different version of shadow work.
Oh, of course.
But
It's always shadow work. Always.
exactly, it is. And then it on the 12th, we're going to hit it because we have our new moon solar eclipse in Leo. So, and it's a total eclipse. So, which is now we won't see it here in the US. You got to be in different parts of the world from where it'll be seen. You in Spain will be a little luckier. Our friend in Portugal, you should have a nice view. Um, but that's really going to be the anchor of our convo. So that eclipse in the sign of being seen isn't just a small nudge, it's a hard reset on how we let ourselves be looked at. So, what I like about this is not just exposing, because the moon also lines up really sweetly with Saturn that same morning, which means whatever gets seen this week has a chance to be really taken seriously and not just really picked apart, right? Saturn's really helping that
Hmm.
seriousness. After the eclipse energy shifts into Virgo, like onto the 13th, it's much more practical and self critical. So that's the day we start examining what came up maybe a little too harshly. So the beginning of the week, then we have the kaboom, and then it's like, okay, what are we analyzing about ourselves again? And by the 15th and 16th, everything moves into Libra, which pulls it all into relationships. It's wanting you to be seen accurately by the people that are very closest to you. And then finding out where you do and don't feel safe yet.
Wow.
I know.
So if I'm hearing the shape of this right, first we have the fog, then we have the wound, then the actual reset, then we're gonna get too critical about it. And then
Yep.
it
Uh-huh.
becomes about whether people around us can actually see us the way we're asking to be seen. That seems very painful.
It's it's a big week. Eclipses
Yeah.
are beautiful, traumatizing events because, and none of it is a punishment. It's all of an invitation to notice what version of you is being seen. And it's a Leo. So it's hugely wonderful in terms of that being seen energy. But yeah, with some of the other things happening, it's a little bit of feeling picked on too. So just remember it's not forever. It's just a place to start. And it really is every single thing we learn just enhances the next step in our life. It's just an opportunity for growth. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. But
And
there's a
that is more than a lot. And now I'm thinking like about, anyway, we'll talk about that sometime else. Never mind. I was just totally going to take it the wrong way. Just okay.
no, say it. What you got?
Well, no, I was thinking like with eclipses always come like in scientific terms, it's a solar corona. And you and I were talking about this a couple years ago
Uh-huh.
about how the solar corona, if you put an SOUL,
Yep.
it just means something different. And you can see the wisps and the aspects of yourself that sometimes are not so visible when the eclipse is around because it's, you see the wisps that are, we'll do a blog on it or something. Otherwise, we're really going to derail.
But you know what? That's perfect. And it is so perfect for exactly what the energy is. It's a solar SOULAR eclipse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we live from our soul. Hello, living your soul. It's program, it's real. Anyway, yes.
Well, and all these wispy things, and we're about to see parts of us. It's all about being seen. And those solar coronas are not things we normally see until there's an eclipse because you can't visibly look at the sun.
Right.
and see the wisps
Until it's
that
hidden and
come
you can only see
until
the outline.
right, right.
Uh-huh.
So that's where my
Yep.
mind went. And thanks for going there with me.
Yep. I agree. I agree. So one more. So another photo moment I was thinking about just kind of as we plugged through this, because I think it's a good example of what we've been talking about. And after I left the corp job, which I'm
Yeah.
on day 96, I believe, or 97, something like that.
Are you recovered yet? Like, why are we counting?
Well, because I'm documenting my first 365 days to see what I
Oh, I
actually
love that.
accomplished with Immersive Spirit. It's a little nerve-wracking though, too, because it's you hit that day 9, 6, and you go, I haven't gotten anything done.
Oh,
I
you've
haven't
gotten
gotten
so much
anything
done
done.
now.
And so it freaks me out too. Because
Yeah, I
now
get
I've got pressure on myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna hit day 100 and we're not millionaires. Okay. So you
that. Wow, dude, I would lower the
lower the
threshold a
bar.
little
I
bit.
know.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
mean,
A
I'd
little
like
bit.
to get to 50,000 followers on YouTube. Can you guys help with that? That would help my 100-day mark. That would be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
My anxiety. But anyway, I was looking at these pictures and um I asked to get, let's see, what was it about? Was it because it was something to do with immersive spirit?
Was it a like a
Oh, it
fairy?
was the event. Yes, it was from the event. And yes, thank you. Um, and somebody asked for a picture, and it was like my first instinct, honestly, was to angle it so half was out of frame, standing sideways, sort of behind somebody, or kind of next to her instead of just like standing facing forward. And when I sat with why, I think it's because just 20 years I had a very specific professional, well, 30 years, a very professional photo stance. I know exactly which way my hair part's better. I know which side shoots better. I know which side of my teeth are straighter. So all of those different
How
things,
to tilt your head just right.
right? You're like, right? How to stand so that,
Right.
you look your smallest. And I mean, it's not modeling by any stretch of the imagination,
No.
but we all have this thing. And I guess the less polished of me is still figuring out even now who I am. And at 56, right? So because some parts of me don't are not ready for the unexposed photo, that raw image to really be out there. And I took the picture, but I don't know that I've even totally good with how it turned out yet, but it's there. So, yeah, I just got to stop trying to force an answer, right? I don't think I don't think it's a bad thing or it's true
Well,
or false, but yeah,
and I don't think that you're supposed to have all of that resolved yet. I actually think that's the more honest version of this whole topic than a tidy answer would be.
true. But that is the whole thing, right? And as we go into our soul pillars, really this whole conversation and the reason we got on this topic at all, because anybody can talk about, I mean, there's so many podcasts on everything, but really for all of us, it's about how is your soul work?
Yeah.
And are you letting yourself be seen? Because we talk about living authentically all the time.
Mhm.
Living authentically also means that, there are pictures where I have broccoli in my teeth. Or and you're like, okay, can we touch that up? That would be great. Or there's pictures. I mean,
It's not whole florets or anything, right?
yeah,
Just
right.
kidding.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. It is. But
Oh,
so if
funny.
I bring the pillars into this, I mean, I think mind and heart really live together here because the mind is the story you're telling yourself before the photo's ever even taken. I
Mm.
look horrible right now, or, I wasn't dressed better. My hair's not ready. My makeup's not done, whatever it is. And your heart is really trying to protect you by staying out of the frame. And sometimes it's protecting you from yourself, but a lot of times, if you're really going to be honest with yourself about it, it's how you think other people are going to react. And you end up managing their experience instead of your own.
That is a really powerful way to look at it. And I'm so since you brought those two, I'm going to bring the body and spirit together as the other half of that.
Okay.
Body is the disconnect between how you actually feel living in your body day to day and how you assume it photographs. Those are two completely different sets of information, and we treat them like they're the same thing. And spirit is kind of the presence over perfection piece underneath all of that. Like what's actually being asked of you isn't to love every photo of yourself because we're just not. But
Right?
maybe just to be present enough to let that photo exist in the first place, not be like, delete it,
Yep.
delete it.
Agreed. Yeah. Just take one photo and be done. However it looks,
Yeah,
it looks.
right. Just be present in the moment. But I think that's really easy to say and it's very hard to do.
Absolutely. Just thinking the same thing. I'm like, huh, what did we do this weekend? How many photos did we take? Huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and even when we were at the cousin, with the cousins and friends for that karaoke night, like
Yeah.
how many photos went off because we aren't all together like that all of the time. And
Right.
there
And
were
there
just
were
photos
cameras all
everywhere.
directions, and some of those pictures were crap, you know,
Uh-huh.
but we
Then
shared
we
them
have that
all.
really cute one of like us looking at each other that's like
I
all over
know.
our page now. So
Our little smiley one. Yep.
right, and that wasn't
That
that
was a
wasn't a
karaoke bar
performance.
night, folks. That's what that was. Yep. Yep.
Right. Well, there you go. Now you know the story.
Well, we weren't
Okay,
drinking, but we were singing, or I was.
right. We were, yeah, you were singing. I'm not a singer. Maybe that's another performative topic, but
She is a singer. She chooses not to.
we're
Just let
gonna
the
just pass.
camera keep going. Yep. Got
Let's
it.
just pass on that. All right. So if you want something to actually sit with listener for this week, we got three questions to work through,
Oh, yeah.
and they're kind of deep. So, um, like this isn't, they feel very surface level, but really put your own thoughts into this. So first, what photo from this year would you actually regret not having?
Good one.
Steph, second.
Who's asking you to be in the picture? And why do you keep saying no?
That is also a good one.
Right? We got good questions this week. We did
Well,
good.
and they're like they feel very surface level, but if you think of it, you're like, oh,
If
those bitches.
you really think about it, like going through your phone and going, God, if I didn't have this picture, I'd so regret it. Right? Or
Yeah.
why do I keep saying no to having a picture taken with this person? Because that's serious work. Because that's definitely a reflection of, is it the person? Is it you? What's going on? That's deeper.
And the last one is the real gut punch. Because if you disappeared from the photos for good, starting today, who would notice first? And what would they actually miss? Not like would they notice that you look tired, but what would they miss? So you're
That's so
probably, yeah, like that's almost like crying deep.
it is because you go, you know what? No one notices. They're not going through those old pictures when people, and I know because my friend's father just passed away, and going through those old photos, no one's going through and looking at things going, there's no judgment on any photo, not one.
Right.
Everything is a memory and joy, every single one. And you just can't imagine not having one of them.
And he'll be in no more. So what's
Right.
that's
That's
the
huge.
hard
Makes you
thing to
want to
look
take more
at.
pictures. I got to tell you, I want to go take more pictures. Jesus.
Right? But we have no proof to show it.
17,400. Okay, go ahead.
Right? But you're probably noticing that this is less about the photo and more about where you make your mark in your life.
I agree. I don't think this is a love every photo of yourself kind of
Mhm.
episode. I don't think it is. Do you hate that image of yourself? It's going deeper and asking bigger questions, right? Because it's not realistic for anyone to say that you love every photo of yourself.
No.
But the people who love you and the people who want to be with you are so grateful to just have you in that photo. And
Yeah.
that's what we have to, they're not keeping score of all this the way you are. They're keeping score of themselves in the same probably crazy way. And if we'd all quit doing that, imagine how fun the photos would be. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's just remembering that sometimes the picture isn't about you. It's just about the memory. And someday someone you love is going to be grateful that you let yourself be a part of that.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean, I think we could go on this for a long time. I'm just going through, I think it's just timing, like we talked about, because part of the reason for this episode, just going through all those photos and seeing a friend of mine that died who I just miss horrible several years ago. And I see those pictures and just,
You're grateful for the memory that they were
I
able to
am
capture.
ecstatic and I can remember the laugh and I can remember the jokes and I can remember, and there's not one thing in that picture that I'm like, oh, I mean, you do your own little self-critique, but
Of course.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah, but
So
you have that memory because you were part of it.
exactly. And I think that's the one thing to sit with this week as we close this out, right? And if you want to dig into this more, you're ready to get into your soul pillars. Those are
Mhm.
free. Immersivespirit.com/soul pillars. It's going to get you started on just all of these topics because every single bit of it is a way to dig in and to figure out why it is you're uncomfortable about this. Where do you need to just be you? Um, you definitely want to grab that. What else am I missing here? We have our intuitive operating system round two is launching, I believe we said October 5th, 12th, 16th.
Somewhere in October, anyway.
It's in October.
It's we're
We
working
are
on the
we are
rewrites.
we've got the wait list is up. So you can go to
Mhm.
intuitiveoperating system.com, and if you're on the wait list, basically what that's doing is saying, "Hey, I want a discount." So if you want to get an earlier discount because you're on that wait list, you don't have to enroll once it's announced, right? This doesn't obligate you to that. It just gives you an opportunity to save a little dough. Um, and then lastly, our town square community. And
Yeah.
that's immersive-spirit.com. Free for 30 days. We just had a killer Echo Pathways this last week. We did remote viewing into haunted places, which was so fun. We had a group Reiki session on Lamaze, which, if you celebrate the Sabbats, so a lot. We have a lot going on. And then, of course, please follow us on Instagram. Please share our YouTube channel at Immersive Spirit. Please, please, please. We're gunning for that 50,000. And like, subscribe, share, put your comments
Maybe
in.
she'll post a photo on 100 days if we reach 50,000. A natural photo
Oh my.
from Sturgis because she's going to Sturgis.
Oh
So
yeah, that'd be hair back, no makeup, the whole nine yards.
you'll
Ouchie.
have to follow the Sturgis, whatever happens there too.
Yes, please follow me on my Sturgis adventures. I will doing astrology reels out there. I will probably be recording my astrology podcast out there. So please
And that
follow
starts later today, right?
Sturgis. We leave
Later
yeah.
today. You'll be there
Yes.
later today. Ah,
Yes. Yes. We are well, yeah. We're actually going to be taking off just a little bit late. So yeah, correct.
awesome.
Yes, so we're super excited. So anyway, enjoy everybody. Have an amazing week ahead. We will see you in our town square community. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Natalie.
And from high heels to happy feels and immersive spirit, we'll see you again next week. Bye bye.